Hey everyone, Beardo speaking, and you're watching another episode of Minutia Minute, and I'm here with an eBay haul. I got this particular haul from scapefan, and I would just like to say that I absolutely recommend this particular seller on eBay. They did a great job with packaging. If anything, they went way above and beyond. Everything was wrapped in sort of padding, and then it was bagged, and then it was packed with more padding, and then it was all packed in a box and padded and then sealed up and sent. So it was absolutely exactly what you want to see when you're opening up your new comic book haul, and you know that your stuff got there safely. Everything was bagged and boarded. Absolutely beautiful job. Shipping price-wise was awesome because it was free, so that was great. And the overall price of the books that I got was absolutely phenomenal. It was a buy it now price with sort of a make an offer option, and I made an offer that I honestly didn't think it was sort of what I was able to pay for it. It was something I saw and I was like, I really want that, but I'm on a budget. I could only pay so much, and the counter offer I received was very, very reasonable, and I just couldn't say no. So, scapefan, if you're watching, you did a fantastic job with this particular eBay sale, and I will definitely be leaving you some positive feedback. And if you guys are looking for comics, check out what this person has, because they're very good sellers. Okay, so the question is what I got. No, literally, the question is what I got. I got a phenomenal lot of question books from the 80s all the way up through basically 2004, when there was like that little mini-series or whatever. I'm only missing a few issues, so I'll list off the issues I have, and when there's an issue I'm missing, I'll sort of shout it out. So, I got issue 1, and I gotta say, I am so excited to show you guys these because there are a lot of phenomenal covers, including this one. Just the overall design of it is just beautiful. So just awesome cover art. Okay, then it didn't come with issue 2, but it picked back up with issue 3, 4. Great cover there, again with sort of the question mark motif, but done in a really sort of cool way. Alright, number 5. Number 6. Number 7. And I will say that the thing that, I've always really enjoyed the question, but I've only read sort of bits and pieces of these issues just sort of over time, just, wherever I randomly happen to find one. I've never actually owned one of these issues before. So it's exciting to have this whole big stack of them to read through. And the thing that kind of got me on this kick was Free Comic Book Day with the new 52 book that DC put out, and the controversy around the question. I do want to talk a little bit about that because at this point I think it's fair for me to spoil it. Here's a cool question cover right here. It's issue 15. I'll go ahead and clear the playing field here so we can look at some more. So, those of you who don't know, I'm going to spoil this, so just fair warning, but in the new 52 Free Comic Book Day, they revealed who the new question was going to be, and basically there's sort of like these magic users, and this guy who's affiliated with Pandora is punished by a wizard, and his punishment is his face melts altogether, sort of like what you would see the question look like. And I just have to break off and say, look at that cover. That's good stuff. Anyway, and then he's sort of banished for eternity, and then the wizard's like, you will be banished forever. You won't die. You'll be banished forever, and you'll suffer from always questioning things. It was a really cheesy, horrible line. And it was so bizarre to have like the questions sort of go from a normal person to, that's a fun cover too, go from basically a normal guy to a strange, super old, lost in time, like, sorcerer or whatever. I don't know. I don't like it. And so it got me in the mood for some real question, which is where this particular eBay search ended up coming in. Alright, clear the playing field here again. And but the thing about it is when I first read that, I thought, like, his face is, going blank, and I thought, it's kind of like the question. I was like, that's a random coincidence, and I just kind of went on my way. I had no idea. I guess it almost crossed my mind, but I didn't in a million years think that was the question, just because it's so far removed from the core idea of who the question is and what the question is. And it wasn't until later when I was having a conversation with Oddfellow's thoughts about it in the comment boxes below one of our free comic book day videos, and he's like, well, I don't know about this whole question thing, and I was like, what do you mean, this whole question thing? I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, well, the question is in free comic book day. And I was like, no, he wasn't. And then I went back and looked. I was like, oh, that was the question. So anyway, long story short, I'm really looking forward to reading these more than I'm looking forward to reading the New 52 version of the question. Okay, so this is actually the conclusion of the series with issue 36, and they did pick up at issue 37 during Blackest Night. That was included in the set, so that was pretty cool. I actually didn't realize that one was coming in there. I had forgotten, and I almost picked it up because I knew I had these on the way, and I saw it sitting at a comic book shop, and I was like, oh, I should just grab that, but it was one of those I didn't really want to pay cover price for it. I figured, you'd be able to find it cheap somewhere. Okay, this whole lot. Okay, so far I've shown you 36 books, and I still have a stack to go. I do have the 2 question annuals that came out, annual number 1, and annual number 2. And then I believe it started after the conclusion of the series, they started putting out the question quarterly in its place. And I got a few of those in this lot as well. I got issue number 2, so number 1 is I still have to get. And another really cool cover here for number 3. Number 4, yet another cool cover. And this series concluded with issue 5, so I need issues 1 and 5 to complete this series. And then, that's not all, there's more. I got The Question Returns, which is sort of a follow-up. This is all written by Denny O'Neil, by the way. All these books are written by Denny O'Neil, and this is Denny O'Neil's follow-up, which came about 5 years later in 97, or maybe more than that, 6-7 years later. Alright, and that is everything that Denny O'Neil wrote for the question that I got. But wait, there's more still. I also got a stack of these. This is a 6-issue miniseries by Tom Veitch and someone Edwards. Not sure. Sorry about that. And I got issues 1, 2, and yet another fantastic cover, issue number 3, number 4, and then finally number 5. So I didn't get issue number 6, but I got everything else. So to complete pretty much the entire DC question continuity, I'm only missing like 4 issues, which is just astonishing. You guys aren't going to believe this, I got this entire lot, this whole enormous stack of comics for $35, and that includes the shipping and handling, because as I said before, the shipping and handling was free. So I am absolutely stoked to dig in to the question and really just pick up all these Denny O'Neil books. I know that the Denny O'Neil books were supposed to be quite good, and I just I've only read just bits and pieces, like I said, so I'm really excited to dig in. This series started basically around the time that all of the Charlton comics were coming into the DCU, so Captain Atom launched around this time, the Blue Beetle title launched around this time, and then one of my favorites, The Question, launched at this time. So, hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and I will talk to you all very, very soon.